Hello and welcome to
Mead in the USA.
I'm the Heathen Chips, and this is my associate, Mr. Gray.
Hello again.
We're back. We're trying the last of our 50 Meads, our H ones. We're going through for Texas now. It smells a little vinegary, aggressive.
Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah,
That's what it reminds me of.
very slight sweet smell to it, but very underlining.
Like that sting, that sting follows through. It is smooth.
It's a lot duller than the smell leads on, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's present, but it's not sharp, I wouldn't say. The sweetness to it is balancing out very well.
And I am picking up a lot of the honey there. Kind of on the other side.
It's got a little of that extra thickness, too, that we usually only kind of get in our sweeter honeys, or sweeter meats.
I'm gonna pick a little bit more of that, alcohol taste.
I could definitely see this being maybe a notch sweeter, but I'm actually, just to be handed this isn't bad.
I mean, it definitely reminiscent of drinking, say, like a white wine.
Yeah, I'd say that's what I feel, the texture of it, white wine.
Or even that stain. So.
All right,
Texas, not bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty good hit. I'll take that.
But we are now moving on to the great state of Arizona.
Okay, I like it.
It's subtle, but very.
It's not like it's a citrus, kind of like not orange, not quite tangerine? Kumquat?
I agree with you on the citrus here, but I can't place my finger on it.
It almost smells like a plum apricot to me.
I could see more apricot-y, okay. Plum, I miss out a little bit. I think I get a little pungent.
Oh, wow, that. I get the plum on the taste.
Yeah.
It's smooth.
This one definitely hits you a little bit more full force with flavor too.
Yeah, like you don't have there's not really a lot of aroma compared to the taste, and you do. It's smooth. It's not astringent, and I almost get several layers of fruit flavor.
I feel like it goes from high sugar or high sweetness down to a white, and then goes more to like a grape juice kind of flavor to me just after the finisher.
Well, this is very, like I think we said before, but this is definitely very complex.
It's got that extra thick body to it. Kind of reminds me of something that's a higher ABV. It usually has a lot more back sweetening to it, but all right. Well, Arizona, you are a win today.
Good job.
All right, on to the mid-state, Michigan.
Similar to Arizona.
Livelier kind of scent though. Springier. Very sweet.
There's a little sour apple at the front. At the end, I am picking up a very distinct honey flavor.
I also get a bit of a sting at the end.
Yes.
That's what it's so yeah.
Yeah, I'd see.
Just like a meat.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a sting at the end, and a kind of like a super spike of sweetness right before that. That is almost bubbly, like bubble gum. I wonder if there was pawpaw in the area, because that's a fruit we don't commonly get.
No, like I said, overall it's smooth, it's sweet. I mean, you get that kind of alcohol burn, but it's very mild. And then again, another one that probably goes through like 3 different stages as we taste it.
I feel like I get a little underlining flavor of like actual clover, like spiced clover.
Definitely, like the honey is a kind of a constant throughout this one.
Very pleased though. This is definitely something I would easily hand off to somebody who's never tried mead.
I'd actually maybe like multiple glasses, a little too sweet, maybe for my taste. But I do like a little bit leaner sweet. But I think that'd be just multiple. But definitely as a sipper.
Oh yeah.
A nice cool glass of this on a hot summer day, maybe over some ice.
Well, Michigan, at least your honey's sweeter than your economy.
We can do opium. Can you do an opium honey?
We can, but there will be no survivors.
Opium honey. Sounds like some of the most fun you could have with clothes on.
Okay. Now we move on to Alabama. Again, nothing, not an overpowering scent, kind of sweet, pleasant.
The taste begs to differ.
Oh wow, that is
Radical.
harsh. Stings the palate.
Mm-hmm. The smell is a lot more like a flat soda, but the taste is kind of like a rancid one.
It's odd. I would figure it's like I would pick up more of the alcohol in the scent, so I'm kind of curious about just the taste profile. But
That is surprising how sharp. It's not even really sharp, but it's definitely a lot more pungent.
acidic.
I could go with acidic, yeah.
It is kind of funny. You can tell like, oh, it's a mead, and it has a lot of comparisons to the other ones we drink, but it just does not balance well.
You know what this kind of reminds me of is like a red wine, like a dry red.
Yeah, especially like room temp, but you slightly chilled is a little bit better, but yeah, this is definitely kind of a room temp dry red.
I don't feel off put by it, honestly, though. Like I don't feel like I don't want to continue to drink it. It's just not the flavors I'm anticipating at any rate.
No, there's it's not unpleasant.
It tastes like an overripe loquat.
A loquat.
It's a fruit you can find only in the South. It came from far off ways in the 1850s.
Is it only citrusy or something?
It's kind of citrusy, yeah. The best way that it can be described is a very complex mix of apricot, peach, and citrus.
I was gonna say
Okay, yeah.
I'm seeing more apricot-y as after the taste.
Yeah.
Especially with the override of that, yeah. The override of that would definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know about you. I feel like I get more flavor after the drink, and I get a variety because it kind of goes from that apricot to pear kind of flavor as it's doling out in my mouth. What a twist.
Just like all thing.
Family.
Alabama.
All right, on to Hawaii. Surf State, what you got? Ooh. It's like a couple different kinds of apple just came out of an alley and just started.
I mean, it's smooth, it's thick. But yeah, you're right. It is apple, the sourness.
And I get a couple. I get a little granny. I get something that's a little more Fuji, kind of reddish.
On the upper palate, that's where the honey comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I would say, yeah, you're right. I think you have a variety of apples.
And I like that apple and honey feels like it's on par with each other.
A bit of a lack of pineapple.
But I do get hibiscus.
Ah, that would be the hibiscus. Yeah, that's.
I could see hibiscus. This wasn't. I mean, it's. From what I recall, this was kind of a mono flower. It was the rainbow flower. Was the most prevalent that they had on the island. So it kind of sort of is a wild / mono flower. It's just more predominant. So I guess it's still wildflower, but definitely brings on a number of different interesting flavors to it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
All right, why?
All right,
Good stuff.
now we move on to North Carolina.
Like the fresh construction of it.
Very pungent. Industrial.
Oh.
Deep breath and let it out slowly after you drink it. And feel how the flavor changes.
It's like a rainbow of sweetness.
Yeah, you're not wrong, actually.
There's this little plasticky on the way in, rubbery.
Makes me think of roadkill. Like if a beehive was murdered on a highway and left to sit out for a few days, that's what this kind of tastes like to me.
It's almost like the alcohol and the sweetness aren't blending they're fighting.
You know, there is a very underlining complex spices going on in the background, but
Clover?
and some clover, maybe a little bit of what's the other one? Not allspice.
Well, there's cloves.
There's a very rich floral, like a very rich floral, and like a slight muskiness to it.
It's almost like if you basically bit into a brown spot on an apple.
I can see that.
Scuppernongs is the species of the state grape,
Scuppernong.
and their palate is
Isn't it like an
intensely
orchid?
floral with a very musky aftertaste. Usually with a tart skin and very bitter seeds.
It's interesting because it kind of also comes off a bit of and finishes a bit acrylic-y.
That's just the location that the bees were at.
It kind of just reminds me of like I just got done drinking a whole flower, just flowers.
Yeah, like if somebody took the dandelion juice, wringed it out and stuff.
You got some weeds in there, yeah.
It tastes. Ready yet? It smells like what I expect every white woman smelled like in every movie from ye old North Carolina. And it tastes equally as strong.
I'm willing to say that's fair with what's in my mouth right now. Yeah, that one's a little something to muscle on through.
That's a exercise in education.
Which one was this? Was this south?
North.
Or north? Oh, man.
Try to do a comparison at some point.
God, do I hope the south rises again. You know what I get? You know what it is? I think I get licorice.
Yeah, but you get that
Not like anise.
like on the back of the tongue, that little like.
It's not quite anise, but it is that licoricey kind of flavor to it, where it's not like a real full-out spice.
Now we move on to Delaware. Sweet, nutty.
Yeah, it's got an interesting dark force to it. By dark, I mean hearty.
Sweet. There's a little leathery.
I'm gonna keep with my hearty. It's got a lot of darker notes to it, but the sweetness to it, it goes like kind of hits you with all the darker notes to it, and then before it gets like bitter, the honey picks it up and skyrockets up.
Almost like a molasses quality.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
I still stick with my statement of it having a bit of a butternut squash kind of.
Yeah.
I can actively see that. I can see that little yamminess or something of that gourdy kind of flavor.
That's kind of like that baseline that kind of follows it through on the back of the tongue. Is, yeah.
You know, and after you bring up molasses, it does kind of come up more like a butternut squash with the butter and the brown sugar, heavy brown sugar in it. The overall mixing up of it all.
Is Delaware known for butternut?
I mean, they're known for persimmons, which do have a somewhat cinnamony kind of baked cinnamon flavor to it, but
Yeah, the cinnamon coming. That could be the thing that's tricking us then.
goddamn, they're fruits for tasting like baked goods.
Well, it's the cinnamon. It's, the spice.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like it almost is like a cinnamon to me, but not quite enough to convince me to say the word.
Right.
Because I think we're used to cinnamon, sweet cinnamon. It's supposed to be like cinnamon on its own.
I could see that. Yeah. You know what? Actually, I think I get more of that sweet cinnamon towards after the flavor, after the tasting of it. That's a bit more.
Yeah.
More.
So I think there's like the only thing that I really use cinnamon for a non-sweet application is something like a corned beef or something like that. That's the true purpose of the spice.
A little heated up with a little bit of vanilla ice cream on a warm summer day or even on a cold night would be fucking fantastic.
We were to syrup it.
I was gonna say with chicken and waffles.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe add a little bit more butter in. Oh, that'd be nice.
It's got a tiny bit of that mapley flavor into
Yeah.
it.
To our fans, if you haven't figured it out, we're actually really fucking fat. One of us just hides it really well.
One of us. Well, you're off camera, so. Shit.
Is obfuscation.
I'm happy, Delaware, thank you.
All right, on to Georgia.
Don't pick up the honey.
It's like a darker flavor or scent that's trying to come up, but doesn't quite make it past the honey.
Yeah. Definitely getting the alcohol. Darker roasted.
I'm not gonna lie, it actually kind of almost hits like a roasted coffee bean kind of flavor.
I was gonna say, it's like someone took a medium roast and mixed it with mead.
Yeah. Colombian, Arabian.
You got that bitterness, a little bitter, but the sweetness of the honey kind of mellows it out.
Yeah, it balances out okay enough.
Kind of curious.
It's a bit aggressive still. Like that bitterness isn't sharp, but it's broad. It definitely feels like it coats my entire tongue.
I think it'd be pretty good.
Maybe another drop worth of honey or so.
Yeah.
I could see that balancing out a little bit better, but a lot better for most of the southern states, quite honestly.
Yeah, we definitely been hit or miss in the southern.
I've been expecting a lot more of a burnt kind of flavor and stuff from this, and it's kind of gets to that point, but doesn't quite touch like a burnt.
Yeah, I think roasted is kind of the best name for it.
All right, Georgia. All right. I'm enjoying the
I wanted to
complexity.
say like a toasted fig, but it's more than that.
I think we would think like Georgia peaches.
Yeah, I expected this to taste like peach, but I really don't get any peach.
It's almost like a sour plum or something like that's mixed in with that fig. Yeah, like a dark, like almost like an overly ripe plum with a fig. And then a little bit on that roasted kind of coffee flavor-ish.
I'd be kind of curious.
You got a lot of complexity to it. I am very surprised, honestly. Especially from the location that we pulled this from. Most of the states have really come off more swampy, roadkill-ish and stuff, but this has got a nice balanced line that it's walking. So, Georgia, good stuff.
Now we're moving on to New Mexico.
Kind of a muted smell to it.
I'm getting a little more alcohol, a little more honey than usual, but
Yeah.
that's interesting. I'm gonna say you kind of get that kind of burnt rubber spike really quickly, and then it's mellowing out.
That's surprising. I don't really
It's
feel
sweet.
like I get burnt. I see a little bit of that with like the alcohol. I definitely taste some of the.
That's that kind of you get different types of alcohol. It's kind of like that kind of.
I would say, well, it's like the alcohol of it has that burnt rubber tire kind of bit, but it's more like a note, not so much of like a full out flavor. And I feel like the springiness of that honey really.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's almost kind of like just a neutral, like wildflower honey.
Yeah, it does an interesting job of kind of canceling each other out a little bit, but the flavor to it, I'm pretty satisfied with.
Well, it's also like if I let it drape over the the entire tongue, and the sides are getting that alcohol, and the top is getting
Yeah,
sweetness.
definitely.
Again, in comparison to like a honey crisp.
I could definitely see into this. It's kind of like a Honeycrisp gone rogue.
Yeah.
Got a very, very smooth finish to it. It's like just about touching velvet.
Yes.
I think if it wasn't for how thick it was, it would definitely be hitting that marker. But it's
I dare say the entire experience is almost like a spice.
yeah,
We're talking like a cinnamon
like a very
spice.
nuanced kind of spice. Yeah, like it's not so punching in the face, but it's gradual.
Yeah, kind of like a peppery version of the spice. Like it kind of a little bit of a tingle.
It's a strong alcohol followed by a very quick pop of flavor and sweetness that kind of overwhelms.
Agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, just the general experience, the taste experience. Is interesting.
Pretty unique, I gotta give you. All right. New Mexico, good stuff. South Carolina, you said?
Yes.
South Carolina.
Good apple.
Yeah,
Sweet.
hard apple,
Mm-hmm.
green. And that delivers.
That is tart. That's like a good tart.
It's a sincere tart.
Sour, they're saying. It's like a sour honey, but not a bad honey, like a sour apple honey.
No, I feel like you nailed that pretty well there. It's sour kind of honey kind of flavor to it.
But the sweetness, you don't get that pitfall of sour. So actually, for those who like sour, this would.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like that's kind of the only flavor I really get too is that sharp green apple, sour apples.
I'd be curious if you almost did like a sugar rim.
You know what you do? You get the honey and stuff that's crystallized and stuff. That's what you put up on it. Mm.
Oh, that's an idea.
That. It smells like it's a lot more robust than it actually tastes. That's an interesting feature.
It's got that sour that, I'll like an occasional sour, but it doesn't go to that end point because of the sweetness of the honey or whatever else is in it.
It's
so
like
it teases the sour.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but to me, it's like it creeps up to that most unpleasant line, and then it's like, man, I'm with you.
Huh. All right. Kind of liking that.
All right, not bad.
Good job. Rewind.
All right, well, I think it's a good time for us to go ahead and recap it on our very first great value honey, see what the comparison has really been along all this time.
Apple vinegar.
Bit more clovery.
Smooth.
I gotta give it. And I feel like this is the thing that people don't really want to come to is that conclusion that the store-bought honey it's really competitive. Flavor, price wise, honey is very expensive. I was looking over the 5-gallon I got of the South Dakota honey, or no, North Dakota honey from Grand River. And I think I was all in all somewhere around like $225 or something. Cause and then there's like $100 or something, $75 for the shipping and stuff like that. So bulk buys and stuff like that are pretty pricey, but it helps average out the overall price. But honestly, for what you can get from the store,
I will say that, this is good, but I don't know,
it doesn't have a lot of character.
It doesn't have character or complexity. It's delicious.
It's really good as a base, and this is something that I've come to play with a little bit more. Is that when you're going to start making a more complex mead, I like using these kinds of honeys and stuff to get the alcohol, to get the basing of it and stuff. And then later I can add in the more complex flavors. I can add in the particulars of a honey that's going to be a little bit more pronounced later because the sugars won't be near as eaten and stuff. But you still have a little bit of it, but it helps kind of retain the pricing value of what you bought for the flavor that you're going to get.
It's just a little more watery.
Yeah,
the ones we've had, but
definitely fluid. Not near as not a lot of mouthfeel or texture and stuff to it.
It's sweet, a little bit of sour.
It's almost closer to a soda than it is a wine. But for general flavor of honey and alcohol, it's definitely a pretty average, more happy flavoring, I feel. Damn you big box retailers, you win again. So I guess that's it for our 50 meats. We finally made it through. It's only been 5 months, but we've done it. And I guess from here on, we'll go ahead and start playing around with a couple of different mixes and matches based off of some territories and stuff. West Coast, East Coast.
Historical events.
Different territory trades and stuff. So we'll see you in the next one when we get in on that shit.
Till we meet again.